Hi guys, what's the vibe? This is the Chatsman and welcome to the channel. So in today's video I'll be talking about what I consider to be the most influential concept when it comes to the movement of price in the charts. It's all about supply and demand. I want you guys to know this. The market drops from areas where there have been supply in the past and rises from areas where there have been demand in the past. So let's dive into the volatility 100 daily chart so I can show you basically what I'm talking about. Okay, let me grab my tools real quick. Let's start from this point right here. See this area right here, this daily order block. See, from this area in the past, price lingered for a substantial number of days. You can clearly see that for some days. Let's say this is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so for virtually a week price lingered around this area, and after that it's moved massively to the downside. Which means that it generated enough supply for the drop, i.e. for the price to go down, such that when price got back into the zone, it reacted to the downside. You see, when price got back into that very zone, it did what? It surged all the way down. And the price didn't just move because it was supposed to move. It moved because enough supply has been generated in the past for the price to do what? To go down. So that's basically how all this stuff turns out to be. Price doesn't just move randomly in the charts. That's one thing you need to get stuck at the back of your mind. Price doesn't just move randomly. It's being governed by areas where there have been past supply and past demand. And in cases of when you are looking for sell opportunities, you need to look out for areas where there have been enough supply that have been generated in the past. That's the first example I just showed right now. So now this second example, you can clearly see that in the past price stayed here for about a couple of days, and then what happened? It surged down such that when price got back into that very zone right here, price moved all the way down. It's currently selling. If you had gotten a sell trade, let's say somewhere around here, you still be in profits right now. So that's just how this thing is, right, guys. That's just how this thing is. There has been enough supply generated in this area in the past. That's the very reason why price had to move massively to the downside when it got back into that very zone. And currently, even though I didn't get to join this very trade, but I can clearly see that at this point right now, this is what's actually happening. This daily candle is leaving a wick that's rejecting from this zone, and this zone is a zone that has possessed supply sometime in the past. From this point, you can clearly see that price lingered here for about a couple of days. These two candlesticks right here represents 2 days. So for 2 days, basically, price was just hovering around here, and finally it dropped massively to the downside. That's to tell you that it has generated enough supply that's guaranteed this drop, such that when price moved back into it, you can possibly anticipate for a sell, and that's what's currently happening. You can see that the daily candle is already dropping to the downside. It's even leaving a wick and it's turning red. So if you can possibly get a sell entry from somewhere within this zone, you'd be in profits right now. So that's just how it is. I think we need to head to another instrument so I can give you guys an example of the demand zone. What we just talked about right now is the supply zone. So let's head into the step index charts. Okay, let's head into the step index charts. Yeah, I can spot a good example right here. So take a good look at this zone, guys. Let's mark it up right here. If you look closely into this zone, you can clearly see that in the past, all these movements in the chart is based on the past, guys. It's based on the past. Trading is all about using the past to predict what can possibly happen in the future. That's basically trading, guys. So with that in mind, from this area in the past, you can clearly see that price surged up forcefully. Price went up with momentum in the past, such that it left a whole lot of demand in this zone. It left a whole lot of demand in this zone. That's the reason why when price got back into it, it did what? It went all the way up. It went all the way up, and it even took out the previous high over here. And it's as a result of the demand that has already been existing in this point. So that's how it is. That's the example for a buy setup when it comes to demand zones. So okay, I can see another one, but this one is something that can possibly happen in the future. You see this zone right here, guys? See this zone right here? This is a zone where price moved up forcefully from. This is the daily chart, mind you. This is the zone where price moved up forcefully from, such that if we can possibly wait for price to get back into here, I don't see any reason why you'd want to sell this market, guys. I mean, take a good look at what has happened in the past. Price surged all the way up. You can see a sea of green candles, going massively to the upside. And since trading is all about using the past to predict the future, sometime in the past you can clearly see that price moved from this zone forcefully to the upside. So that's to tell you that when price finally makes its way back into this zone, we should be anticipating for a buy. And price is definitely going to surge up in our favor. So that's basically how all these things work, guys. Price doesn't just move randomly in the charts. It doesn't just move randomly. It's all based upon supply and demand. It's all based upon supply and demand, and that's the golden rule in trading. Buy when the price is low and you sell when the price is high. So guys, if you like what you see, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on TikTok. The link to my TikTok account is in the description of this video. You can also follow my free WhatsApp channel. The link to the WhatsApp channel is also in the description of this video. In the channel, I get to send free setups and trade alerts from time to time. So keep it locked in, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.